Hello and welcome lads and lasses to another video. My name is Tammy Chowdhury, aka Dr. Chowdhury, the only doctor without a PhD. Alright, in this video we're going to be looking at Surds and all that. So yes, it's a maths video finally. Now, let's look at a few common rules in Surds, and they are right behind me. So first thing you have to look at is root A times root B is the same as saying root A times B. And what the letters A, B means that A can be any number and B can be any number apart from the same number as A. So if A is 4, B will be any number apart from 4, so let's say 5. So root 4 times root 5 is the same as saying root 4 times 5, so it's root 20. Another rule we have to look at is root A times root A is equal to A. Now let's plug in a number. Root 4 times root 4 is equal to 4. And the reason why is because if we do this, is essentially saying if you follow this rule, A times B, even though B can be any number apart from A, but let's put in this later terms. A can be any number, B can be any number. There. Now root 4 times root 4 is the same as saying root 16, and then root 16 is the same as saying 4 because square root of 16 is 4 because root 16 is a square number. Now one last rule to look at is root A plus root A is the same as saying 2 root A. Now we can look at these root A's and think them as x's. So if we think them as x's, it's the same as saying x plus x, which is the same as 2x in algebra. Now let's not waste time about rules, let's go straight into the questions. Now some questions they might ask you to simplify a surd. Now they might not ask you to simplify a surd, but most questions will indirectly put the process of simplifying surds. Now simplifying surds is a very vital technique which makes it easier to answer questions. Now let's give an example. Root 96. Now that's a very big number and that can easily be simplified. Now there's many ways people can do this. They can either look at the square numbers and think how many square numbers can fit into this, like the biggest common factor of a square number, and see how much can fit into this, or the prime factorization method, which I love to use. Now if I'll teach you both methods, but let me teach you my method first because I think that's a really good one. So if you look at 96, we put 96 here and then we draw a line like that. Now we have to look at the smallest number that can fit into 96, that we have to look for like a prime number, but just think of the smallest number. So I think it's 2. Well, it is 2, no I think. So we put 2 here. 96 divided by 2 is the same as saying 48. Now same rule applies. What number can I look, what's the smallest number that can fit into 48? That's 2 again. So I'll put a 2 right here. And now it simplifies to 24. Again, 2 fits into 24, so another 2 right here. That simplifies to 12. And then obviously another 2, 6, another 2, 3. And then what's the smallest number that fits into 3? 3. Now this can be brought up and we can say each one of these has a root on it. Because this is a root 96, so each one will have roots on it. So if we can write out the whole thing, that will be root 2 times 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 root 3. Now what I can look at here is like I will group every 2 root 2s. So here's one group, here's another group, and this group can stay as it is, so I'll group this one as well. So group every single thing into it makes it easier to see the calculations. Now if you look at this is the same rule as saying root A times root A is equal to A. So this will be equal to 2 times, that is the same as 2 if you follow the root A times root A, so that will be 2. And here root 2 times root 3 is the same as saying root A times root B, which is the same as saying root AB, so that will be times root 6. Now that can simplify to 4 root 6, and root 96 is the same as saying 4 root 6. Now the other method they can use is obviously look up through the square numbers. Now most of these simplifying these Surds questions will involve from the first 10 square numbers. The first 10 square numbers are 1, 4, 9, 60, 25, 36, 49, 64 and 100. Now they will involve all these square numbers in the simplifying Surds questions. So if we look at our fellow example on root 96, okay, we'll look at it. Obviously 1 is invalid, so we'll skip that. 4, so can 96 fit into 4? Let's see. 84, 88, 92. It can, but it will have a root 24, which can be further simplified. So yeah, so let's go for it. So 4. So let's put a 4 and then a root 4 times root 24. Alright, so that's the same as saying 2 root 24. Now obviously we need to simplify this further because it can be. So let's look at it again. 1, nope. 4, yes, it's 6. So we'll do 2 times root 4. Oh, this is very misleading right here. This is the same as saying root 4 times root 24. Alright, so root 2 times root 4 times, that is going to be 6, root 6. And that's the same as saying 2 times 2 times root 6. And we'll get the same answer, 4 root 6. Now these are the two methods that you can use. But obviously whatever method you're comfortable with, go with that method. And yeah. Alright, now let's test this knowledge even further with a question like this. 8 plus root 12 minus root 75. I'm not going to do it. I want to see if you guys can do it. And yeah, I know most of you guys won't bother to do it, so I'll just do it for you. Yeah, it's still teaching anyway. So okay, so we need to break down root 12 and root 75. Firstly, I'll break down root 12 because it's quicker to break down. So I'll do the prime factorization method because that's the method I find comfortable with. So 2, that's going to be a 6, another 2, that's going to be a 3, so that's a 3. So that's going to be 2 root 3. So I know this is going to be further 8 plus 2 root 3 minus root 75. Now I'll now break down root 75. So if I rub this out, put a 75 right here. Alright, prime factorization method, a 5 can fit there, 60, 65, 75, so that's a 15 right here. Another 5 can fit there, it's going to be a 3, and that'll be a 3. So that will basically be 5 root 3, because root 5 times root 5 is the same 5. So if I can simplify this whole thing, this will be 8 plus 2 root 3 minus 5 root 3. Now we can think of these root 3's as x's. Now if we so 2 root 3 is the same as saying for like easier terms 2x. So you have to have the same root. Let me write this clearer. So to add two numbers like these, they need to have the same root. So root 3, they both have the same common root. So you can basically add them or minus them. It's kind of saying x. You can't do 2x minus 5y. It's the same as saying you can't do 2 root 3 minus 5 root 6. It just doesn't work. It needs to have the same root. So since they have the same root, we can simplify it further. 2 minus 5, so that's going to be 8 minus 3 root 3. And that's basically how you use do those type of questions when they give that. Yeah. Now let's quickly look at expanding brackets in roots and surds. Now just like in algebra, expanding fractions and all that, it's the same method. So we'll do the same method for everything in expanded brackets. So this times that. So root 2 times root 3 is the same as saying 2 root 3. Now I'll go to the next one. Root 3 times 5 root 2. That's the same as saying, so the 5 will stay the same because imagine there's a 1 in front of it. So the 5 will stay the same. And then root 2 times root 3 is the same as saying root a times root b, is the same as saying root a times b. So 3 times 2 is root 6, so that'll be 5 root 6. Then we go to the next one, we go to this one, 2 root 5 times 2, that is 4 root 5, because we do 2 times the 2, because the 2 is not a root, it's a whole number, so that'll be 4 root 5. And then we'll do 2 root 5 times 5 root 2, which is 10 root 10. And yeah, that's how you basically do expanding brackets. Pretty simple really. It's like expanding fractions, expanding brackets in algebra. Alright, let me quickly do another question. I'm about to pass the 10-minute mark here. The area of a square is 80 centimeters squared. Find the perimeter of the square. Give your answer in the simplest form. Now, focus camera. Now, what we know about squares is that all the sides are equal, and the formula to find the area of focus again.
No! No!
Focus. There we go. Now the area. For God's sake. Alright. The area to the formula to find the area of a square is base times length times width, and now we know all the sides are the same, so it's just this same sides. So if we get a square, we don't know the sides, so we name one side x. Now all the sides are equal to x, so we're basically saying x times x is equal to 80. Now this is the same as saying x squared is equal to 80. Now to find x on its own, or to find one of the sides, we'll basically find what x is essentially. So that would be x equals to root 80. And then obviously we have to simplify what x is. So simplify, so root 80, simplify that will be, if I do the prime factorization method, 240, 220, 210, 255, so that'll be 4 root 5. So one length is equal to 4 root 5. So to find the perimeter, we have to do 4 root 5 times 4. So 4 root 5 times 4 is equal to 16 root 5. Thank you guys for watching the video. Next video might come out soon, like tomorrow, but I might take a little break for tomorrow. So yeah, and I'll see you next time.